Hello, are you guys there? Can you guys hear me all right? I have no idea what's going on. Welcome to another exciting stream. It is Monday. Now, you may have noticed that things look a little bit different. And I understand if it throws you off, and you might be like, hey, what the hell's going on? You look like you're in a different place. Your sound different. Your camera looks different. Their whole setup looks a little bit different. And that's because today, we just couldn't make it to the office. We couldn't make it down to the studio. This microphone is not plugged in. I have my trusty DJI working out of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, streaming through the laptop. And today we're also trying, we're trying MELD Studio for the first time. So I've been busy setting everything up, making sure that everything's working properly. I don't know if it is or not. Let me know in the comments down below. And I can't even see the comments because now I can see them. Hello. Very different in this, Robin. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for being here. Yes, so today we couldn't make it down to the office. We couldn't make it down to the studio. And unfortunately, we won't be able to dive into some Helldivers 2 today. But I wanted to come in here and at least say hello, test some things out, because in the very near future, we will be coming back into this setup. Not right now. It's weird not being able to listen to myself. I'm listening to the music. Hopefully we got some vibes going, jamming a little bit. But yeah, you know, sometimes life gives you lemon and you gotta make some watermelon juice and you make something happen out of nothing. So that's what kind of like we're doing today. I should put the chat in front of here so I could read it a little bit easier. Let's do that. Let's see if we can put up our chat right here and we can keep track of it this way. And yeah, I figured today we can just chill out, kind of talk. Here we are. Yes, so I can see everybody. Music is not very loud. Okay, perfect. Good to know. So we'll turn it up just a little bit. Like I said, thank you for hanging with me for a little bit. Trying to adjust things a little bit on the fly. There you go. We're getting the vibes now, Robin. All right. So yeah. So yeah, I wanted to test out, whatchamacallit, this MELD Studio. I had a little chat thing that we could probably do here as well. This is good, nice, perfect. We can see the chat. Okay, we got the multi-chat going. Little by little, trying to make this happen. I don't know if the music's still there. Yeah, music should still be there. Yeah, so, how's everybody's weekend? How was your weekend? Was it okay? Was it good? Did you have a good time? I hope so. For me, I got to coach my kids' football team, the flag football team, and that was a lot of fun. Let me see if I can turn this down. Okay, yeah. So we came out victorious. That was pretty good. We felt pretty good about it. We were going against a team that gave us a really hard time the last time we fought them, and we were thankfully able to come out on top. And my son was very happy about that. And then after that, another time during the weekend, we got to go and do some track and field. So that was exciting. Now, one thing that I did do is I did check out some awesome Helldivers content since the last time that I saw you guys on Thursday. Because I was like, you know what, I better start getting to know some of the lore and some of the things that are happening about this game. If I'm going to be playing quite a bit in the stream. You forgot to go to the gym. I love it how we always forget to go to the gym, right? Yeah, it's like one of those things. I've been forgetting to go to the gym for years. Thankfully, I gave up my subscription to the gym. Otherwise, I'd be really mad at myself. All right. Hey, sometimes you just gotta relax, Robin. You just gotta chill out, relax for a little while. I tell you one thing, after all the sports were done and said and done for, I definitely sit down for a little bit. And it's one of those things like when you're out and about doing a whole bunch of things and it's starting to get hot, the sun just starts beating down on you. And if you sit down and you suffer just 1 second, you can just forget about it. You're basically gonna be like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to bed. And I sat down, like I said, I was watching some Helldivers 2 content. And then I think all of a sudden I was just like, fell asleep a little bit. Let's see if I can change this in the fly. This must be a terrible idea. But I want to make sure that I'm consistent with my stuff, you know? My branding, let's see, social. Here we are. Ah, okay. Not too bad, Mel. Not too bad. Not too bad. Very good. Good to see I was able to change that on the fly. So yeah, so we did a little bit of that. Yeah, one of the cool things about Helldivers is all the different things that they've done through the years. And I've loved seeing all the different community members and all the people out there that have been so friendly. And we've got to go and do some crazy hijinks. My brother's been playing it all weekend, and I feel so bad because he was ready to play with me today, and he was ready and excited. He got the tank. You can buy the tank, I guess, with your requisites or whatever they're called, your acquisitions, whatever, your war bonds. And he bought the tank. He was ready for me to jump in there. We're doing whack-a-mole, whack-a-tank thing. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to go play with him today. He's a little mad at me probably, but that's all right. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll dive in and we'll save Super Earth and we'll do some managed democracy, as they say. And you know, I'm so anxious and excited to get back into it. Requisition slips, those are the ones. Thank you very much. And yeah, no, but I've also watched some. I watched a little bit of Miss Tofu. She was so nice to rate us last week, so I went to check her out for a little while, see what she was up to. She was playing some Battlefield 6, and that looked like a lot of fun. I love this. I think that's something that Helldivers 3, Helldivers 2, and Battlefield 6 have in common, is the destructive environments. Like I loved my brother when he was playing, he was like using the drone, the little dog, and he was like cutting down trees as he was like, the dog was like going back and forth, and you can see the trees falling down and everything, and that was really cool. So that's something that I love about Battlefield 6. And maybe that's something we'll try out in the future. Battlefield 6 is always putting out new content and stuff like that. So maybe we'll try that out in the future as well. But yeah, so just taking in a lot of content this weekend, whenever I have some free time. Don't tell my wife about that, she might get mad. But yeah, so I'm trying to, you know, learn a little about the lore. I saw a breakdown, a video that was describing the history of Helldivers, or the lore behind it. And they had their own theories as to like how Helldivers came to be, and you know, the Great War, the Cold War went hot, and there was nuclear war, and then all these things happened, and then they started traveling the space, and we ran into the the automatrons were AI that evolved or something like that. Yeah, I was there. Nice. Do you remember, by any chance, playing in the Nintendo or Super Nintendo or one of those? There was like a 1942 game, I think it was. I don't know if it was Battlefield 1942, but it was like a 1942 game. And you had like a plane and it would do like a loop. It was like, and you would go around. Instead of it being a side platformer, it was up and down platformer. And you had like a little plane and you were like running around, like shooting things as it was going. And that's how old I am. I played games like that. But yeah, I guess we've always been playing some kind of like Battlefield games of some way or another. Battlefield 2, I do remember playing, I think, was it 2? I think so. I think it was in the original Xbox. I think it came out. But yeah, those games have always been fun. But at one point, maybe it's just me or maybe it's not, but I feel like Call of Duty and Battlefield just started mixing together so much because they would try to outdo each other all the time. And like Call of Duty would come out with a game, and like 3 weeks before, Battlefield would come up with something. Like I think with Battlefield 3, that was happening a lot. Like Call of Duty just came out with the Modern Warfare or whatever. PlayStation 1, nice. Funny story about the PlayStation 1. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. And there was this Dragon Ball Z game that I really wanted to play, but it was only for Japanese consoles. And so you had to buy like a specially modded PlayStation 1, or you could buy like a little cartridge that you could plug in the back, and then you were able to play that game. And so I ended up doing that. I got one on eBay, and I found it. I found the device and everything. And this was such a fun like Dragon Ball Z game that I played that for quite a bit. But I was kind of like on the other side, on the other shoe of yours, where I had like the Nintendo products, but I didn't have the PlayStation products. So So when I first got it, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. This is so cool. But I've always leaned more towards, I feel like you had to grow up with a PlayStation, or you grew up with Nintendo and then Xbox, and it's like the top three. And somewhere Sega Genesis was somewhere in the middle, somewhere in there. So I kind of went to the Nintendo route, and eventually I made my way over to the Xbox. And I was a big Halo guy, and it kind of stayed in that environment. And yeah. Speaking of Halo, the new one's coming out. Crazy times, sadly, be a franchise. Yeah, but what do you think of the latest update for Battlefield 6? PS1, PS2, Xbox 360, PS4, PS5, and PS6. Nice. Man, you got them all. That's awesome. Same, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. No Helldivers today. I'm doing good. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to the studio today. I couldn't go into my little streaming setup. So we're kind of like chilling, hanging out here today. I was just talking to Robin about the different games growing up and the different things that we played. And yeah, we were just talking about Battlefield 6 and the different Battlefield games through the years. And I'm really curious to try out the new Battlefield 6. I saw Miss Tofu playing it over the weekend. And I've been seeing the destructive environments and just being able to launch RPGs and destroy buildings and things coming down and things flying everywhere. And so yeah, maybe we'll try playing some of that in the future. But I don't want to be copying what you play all the time. So I was trying a few different games before I started playing Helldivers 2. But I've been having so much fun playing Helldivers 2 that I'm excited to come out and play it again tomorrow. So we'll try it out again. But in the future, I'm really excited to try out the new Halo and the Unreal Engine and seeing how that's going to work out, see how they're going to port that. And, Robin, you'll be able to play it out on the PlayStation 5, and you can let me know how that works. Crazy to think that Halo is going to be coming out to the PlayStation. That's wild. But maybe it'll open up to a new audience, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, she was. But it's an exciting game. And games like that, I feel like you definitely get into it. As much as I say that I don't want to be a professional gamer or anything like that, I just want to do it for fun. When you're playing like a Battlefield 6 game or like Call of Duty, you kind of like get in that mindset. It's like, all right, we got to capture the point. We got to do this and we got to do that. And then, it's very easy to get carried away and, dive into it and get super into it. And even with Helldivers 2 as well. But for me, since I'm such a noob in Helldivers 2, and I'm just kind of like, I'm just trying to learn how to use the weapons. I'm trying to how to play the stratagems and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I want to play, I want to try out, oh my God, the ODST. I never played the ODST game. I played every other Halo game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Infinite, or whatever, or it's Halo 5 and then Infinite. I was so disappointed with Halo 5, and Infinite was just like, whatever. They tried to do something new and different, but I think what they did with Cortana and just make her do a complete 360 and like, now I gotta eradicate humanity. It's like, what the hell is going on? So yeah, I was a little disappointed with Halo 5 and the way that ended. I feel like there was such an emotional ending with Halo 3 and then a little bit with Halo 4. And they just kind of like completely shifted gears with Halo. What is this music? I gotta change. Okay, let's just switch things a little bit here. What's going on? Try a little something more fun. Because of the way my setup is right now, I have to play music through Artlist. And I just kind of like search like, all right, let's go with lo-fi, vibes or whatever. And, but it's not like a specific playlist or anything like that. So it's kind of like a weird jam going on. Yeah, definitely. Helldivers for sure is definitely like a spin-off of ODST for sure. So, I think maybe in the future, if you guys are up for it, maybe we'll try a little bit of Halo ODST and go through that campaign and have some fun, see how it all plays out. I'm a fan of Nathan Fillion, so I want to, it'd be fun to like play as his character on that game, hear his voice, see his voice acting, his acting chops. and I think it'll be fun to play on stream as well. And see, he also somehow made it. He went. This is part what I want to watch, go through it. Is he went from being an ODST trooper to being a. It's all good, man. Yeah, Nathan Fillion rocks, absolutely. I got through about 3 or 4 seasons of The Rookie, and I don't know if it was because of COVID or somewhere along the way. There's so many shows to watch nowadays that somehow I get lost in some of it. I think there's season 8 right now. I think I stopped watching it right when after he started being a training officer. Sorry, fun fact. Oh, that's very nice, man. That's awesome. That's good that you're doing that. Oh boy. You know what? That's one it seems. I'm happy you brought that up. One of the things that goes along the whole vibe of Mr. Do Good is that I want to do streams like charity streams, and as we start growing the audience and stuff like that, I would love to maybe do once a month. We'll do a stream and we'll feature different charities that maybe are chosen by the community, and maybe we can select 5, and we can create a poll, and then we can have at the end of the month we can have a fun stream that's just for charity. And all the streams from that would go towards charity of the viewer's choice. So that's something that I hope to implement in the future. But the first thing that I want to do is just kind of little by little start figuring out the whole technical side of things when it comes to the streams, and then figure out what kind of niche and what kind of audience we can find, and trying to grow a little audience. And then after we do that, or along the same lines, we can start also doing some charities. So keep that in mind, guys. If there are some charities that you guys want to do some fun stuff for, I'll be happy to do that as we move forward. But yeah, big fan of Nathan Fillion. Love this stuff. I loved Firefly and the movie. Was it Firefly? Firefly was a TV show, and what was the movie? Serenity. Serenity was the movie. Short-lived series. It definitely will have a bigger life nowadays, I think. We'll get there for sure, it seems. One of the things that my son instilled in me that I instilled in him in a weird way, he's really into football. He loves football. And he was like, well, it's really hard to play college. To play college, right? And it's really hard to make it to the NFL. And I was like, well, you know what? If you don't work hard and set that as a goal and a dream, you'll never get there. It'll be even harder to make that happen. So I told him, it's instead of saying, imagine if one day I would make it to the NFL. It's like, no, when I make it to the NFL, or when I do this, when I do that. So then when I started doing this whole streaming thing, my son was like, well, no, Dad, it's not, if someday you'll become a big streamer or anything like that. It's when it happens. So it's you know what, son, you're right. When I become a big streamer, when, we start doing, cool stuff, and lots of people here hanging out and stuff like that. So I try to keep that mentality from now on. It's hey, we are going to make it happen. We're going to grow an awesome audience here, and we're going to do cool things, and we're going to do good things as well. So that's, I got to keep that in mind. But yeah, as you were saying that reminded me of that. And they are doing an animated reboot. Yeah, they had a little convention. They had a little convention recently. They had a lot of the cast on stage, if not most of the people. I think someone passed away. I think the preacher, passed away. But they had a little thing, and they were saying that they had most of the things lined up to do an animated series. So that's going to be coming out. I don't know if it's going to be coming out soon. I haven't seen a trailer for it, but I did see the announcement that happened recently. So that's going to be coming out. So very excited for that. We'll see how that goes. But if you saw the movie, hopefully, what I'm guessing this is going to happen from when the series was taking place and in between the series and the movie, so that we can continue some of the actors that some things happened to in the movie. I don't want to have spoilers, even though the movie's been out for a while. But so yeah, hopefully they'll be able to. I think that's when it will take place, somewhere in between when the series happened and then before the movie, so that maybe it'll connect it, or maybe it will. We can keep some of the same actors that were in it as well. Absolutely. It's a very long path. And that's one of the things that I keep in mind in the back of my head. And one of the reasons why I'm streaming today, even though I'm not in my regular studio, is because every day counts. Even today when I was like, I'm like, ah, man, I can't go in today. I'm so disappointed. I was like, you know what? Let me still create all the shorts. Let me still go through the motions to continue doing what I'm doing. Because I felt myself for a second there, just kind of like sitting back and just like, all right, I'm just gonna watch something. And I started watching about the Stream Elements issue that's going on. And I was like, wait a minute, continue doing what you're doing. It's like, go out, edit all the clips. So I scheduled all the clips that are gonna be going out today, make sure that those are out as well. And continue the motion, find a way to stream, find a way to keep the ball rolling. Because I feel like for me, it might not be the same for a lot of people. For me, I feel like if I'm consistent and I continue to do something, I'll be most likely to continue that moving forward. So I didn't want to like fall into that pattern of like, oh, well, I missed a day. Well, it's okay if I miss another one. Or it's okay if I don't post this today. If it's okay if I don't do that. So I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to find my laptop. I found my light that was downstairs in the basement, an extra light that I had. I'm using my Osmo Pocket 3 right here to just connect it as a webcam to my computer. I downloaded MELD, I set up the different scenes. I created some new ones to try to make things work. And little by little, we made it happen. We have, I was thinking of downloading, let's see, I can show you my computer as well. Whoa, my alerts are coming through now. What's going on? What's happening? We have this setup, we have this setup, and we have the chat setup. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I'm glad you see that. And that's a fine line to walk, right? I feel like it's so tricky to keep, like, you have so many different emails accounts, and then you have your browsers and your things, and you try to keep some of that privacy, but you also want to be authentic. I think one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this as well is because we're so saturated with the AI nowadays. Even though people in my stream used to make fun of me at the beginning and say, oh, you're totally AI. I'm like, I'm not AI, but that's exactly what an AI would say. But yeah, I think even though all the big CEOs from Instagram and Facebook and all the social media platforms and all these tech companies, they're all saying it's like, oh, well, no, AI is going to be good for us. AI is great. AI is good. And it's like, authenticity is overrated. I'm like, I couldn't disagree more. I think authenticity is what makes great stories. We all have a different story to tell. We all go through different things in life. And I think sharing a little bit of us along the way is good. Maybe people can pull some golden nuggets of information or golden things that can help them through a difficult time. Or maybe they just want to be entertained for a little while. Maybe they just want to learn something new, learn something different. And I think those are wonderful, powerful things that I think are better told from the perspective of somebody who's gone through it. You can sit down and talk to ChatGPT as long as you want, and you'll get fed, positive loop of feedback or whatever. And that can be a little bit dangerous. And, I don't know if you've seen the movie Her, but man, that was such a warning sign of like what could happen if you get too carried away with your, with just dealing with the AI all the time. And I was thinking to myself, I had a content production studio, and things were up and down, and AI was influencing a lot of that, because I don't know if you guys, I go off on different tangents here, please forgive me. But when you go on Facebook, when you guys go on Instagram, aren't you like saturated now with like all this graphics and all these things being made by people with ChatGPT or, Nana Banana or like all these different platforms? They are creating you can tell that these are accounts that would never create content like this. And instead of paying an artist or someone, a designer, to do something like that, they just throw it on ChatGPT and it spits out whatever. And they're like, okay, yeah, this is good enough or whatever. Yeah, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen that movie. I saw the original Blade Runner and I was gonna see 2049. Maybe I'll check it out. Should I check it out and see? Let me know. Is it any good? So part of my business was being hurt by all this AI. People were just saying, it's like, oh yeah, just have AI create something. And I have clients coming back. It's like, oh, you remember those files that you had? I'm like, no, I don't, But yeah, so it's a little bit tricky. So I was like, what's it that I can do? And getting back to the path that I was going on, my ADHD is kicking in and my tangents are going all over the place. So my son was also going to be going to a different school, and it was far away from where we live. So it's like, all right, I'm going to have a very limited schedule. It's going to be hard for me to create content for other people. What is it that I can possibly do in that time with that limited schedule to do some cool things, right? So I was like, you know what? Why don't I stream? So that's where kind of like that was born from. And I was like, yeah, I think that'd be good. And little by little, I've been trying it out. Setting a good story-wise tragedy or something. All right, I want to check it out. It's been in my wish list of movies that I want to see. So maybe I'll try to find it tonight or this week, and I'll check it out. So I was like, what can I do to try to do something productive with the time that I have while my son's going to school and all this stuff. So I decided to try out streaming, try to put all the different equipment that I had, trying to put all the skills that I've learned through the years, trying to do all the things that I've learned to try to do something productive and, being able to grow my own personal brand instead of, I've been always working behind the scenes to grow other people's brands throughout the years and help them share their message, craft their message, and help them stand out. I'm like, let's just put it to the test. Let's all take it all in and make something good that you could grow into the future. So, that's something that I want to do as I go along with the stream as well. It's like maybe in the future people will be like, all right, you know what? How do you do that thumbnail? How do you do those? How do you edit those clips? How do you do those things? And, you can try to vary the stream a little bit. So my goal is in the future to be able to play games for an hour or two, then maybe teach you how to do some cool things in Lightroom or Photoshop or Premiere or Final Cut Pro or whatever. And then we can do something more fun and exciting after that. So try to do different things along the way because, I don't want to be like a one game kind of content creator. I want to be able to try out different things. Yeah. Exactly, Robin. Exactly. I agree with you 1000%. And that's when Instagram's kind of started doing that. And then I think it migrated to Facebook. It was that dreaded suggested for you. I don't like this song. It was a whole suggested for you thing, right? It was a whole suggested for you tag, right? Then you're like, wait a second, what? I'm like, and then you were like, I would select, hey, don't show me this in the future. Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Seems. So it's one of those things now where not only did you have a suggested for you on Facebook and Instagram, that's right, Deep Talks for sure. Hi Kia, I know Helldivers today, I'm sorry. As you can see, we're not in a regular setup. We've been chatting with Seems and chatting with Robin and just talking about all sorts of things, talking about streaming and content and games and things that we used to play and just kind of like chilling. But just to catch you up, we were talking about AI and authenticity and transparency. And so yeah, one of the things that I hate there, and one of the reasons why I'm not streaming on Facebook and Instagram and some of those is because it's all fake stuff. Like even the groups that you follow, let's say that you're in your community and you want to keep track of all the things that are happening in your community and the events that are going on. You sign up for that, and then Facebook all of a sudden within those groups is adding an AI to create content for the group itself. So it's just like, wait a second, what am I doing here? And also I feel like, I don't know if you guys notice this or not, but I feel like a lot of the social media platforms are definitely pushing you a lot, or maybe it's for me, I try to avoid it as much as possible, but they start pushing a lot of political content or a lot of topics that are very heated at the moment to try to create more engagement. And I found myself being like, you know, getting angry or getting upset about things. And I was like, why is this being fed to me? I didn't sign up for it. I didn't sign up for this news. And it's not even like news accounts anymore. It's like random AI generated accounts with random AI generated bots creating random conversations just to get people riled up. So that's why kind of like I'm steering away from high key. Awesome. No worries. We'll be back to Helldivers tomorrow for sure. And maybe we'll get some still crazy hijinks, but don't work too hard, okay? You gotta enjoy the little things sometimes. And oh my God, Jubilee, yeah. Those get heated, those get wild and crazy. But I feel like for whatever reason, the AI platforms are definitely, you know, they're trying to get us riled up. And I'll call out Meta for doing this, Facebook. And you know what? I'm seeing it on TikTok as well. There's a lot of accounts that I'm blocking. And the funny thing is I'll block certain accounts and then it'll be an account related to that starts popping up instead of that one. So it's kind of like, wait a minute, I thought I was trying to stop some of this stuff from being shown and yet it's still being shown to me left and right. So I'm like, that's not right. I'm getting angry about that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like, okay, how can we, so that's why I'm like, you know what? Let me bring some good positive vibes. Let me bring some good positive experiences. Let's bring some of the memes, some of the fun things. And that's kind of like what I try to bring to the streams when we're playing Helldivers or we're playing Mouse PI or we're playing Far Far West. So, you know, bring some fun and silly things to the stream, you know? Yeah, Flickr. I used to post to Flickr all the time and then Instagram kind of took over and then everything kind of like migrated to Instagram. And for a while, it was great. I did a challenge for a whole year where I posted every single day. And no matter how tired I was, if it was 1 in the morning, I was still going through and take like a fun picture. I was using my mirrorless camera at the time. Let me just show you my camera. Hold on a second. I'm back. So yeah, this is my baby right here. This is the Sony A7 III. Awesome camera, hybrid camera. It came out in 2018, 2017, 2018. Yay, you like cameras too? Awesome. I love cameras. Where's my other camera? Hold on, let me get, it's outside. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. I'm back. Here's my other baby right now. This is the R5 Mark II. This is my favorite lens right here. It's great for all sorts of things, even for portraits. 70-200 2.8, and but I use it for when my kids playing games and stuff like that. Funny story about this lens. I'm looking to get a Canon R6 or even the R5. Got an R10 right now, and recently got a new lens for it. Awesome, dude. That's great. Love cameras. Love talking about cameras. Yeah, did you see the new? It depends if you're trying to do video or pictures, but the new R6V came out, and it's great for doing videos. And one cool feature that it has is you can do live streaming from the camera itself, which is wild. So that's really interesting for people who want to do IRL streaming and stuff like that. But it's very video centric. I think it's definitely targeting the FX3. It shoots 7K RAW, 60 frames per second, I believe. And it has open gate as well, if that's something that you're into. So that just came out recently. I'm happy with the cameras that I have right now. The one that I have at the office at the studio is the Canon EOS RP, and it does the job. It's perfect for like setting up. I have a dummy battery in it, so it can stay on as long as possible. And right now we're just using the Osmo Pocket 3 because we're at home, and that's what the best thing that we had to set up. It was able to connect as a webcam to my laptop. The R5 Mark II is overkill to do something like this, and it also would overheat, and the battery probably would not last long enough for doing something like this. But what kind of pictures do you like to take, Robin? What kind of things are you into? I love doing sports, like I said. Love going out there, and I also love doing, this is gonna sound like a bizarre thing, but I love going to like special events and just like capturing people, capturing random events. Like let's say there's a color run that's happening, or like a little 5K marathon, or there's like a special, like a July 4th parade or something like that. I love going to events like that and just taking pictures and capturing special moments from people and stuff like that. And then I would go through that community, and then I would post those pictures for the community to see. And I got so many compliments from people since, like, oh my God, like that's such a great moment. Like, I love that, or whatever. And those are cool things to do for the community sometimes. Let's see, 24 to 105. Oh, that's a solid lens, nice. That's awesome, yeah. I know, this is one of those things about photography. It's like so underrated, so underrated. Like I feel like a lot of people, and it has to do with the phone, right? Like everybody's got a phone now, and you can do the 5x zoom, 6x zoom, and people can take some okay pictures with it, you know. But nothing beats like a large sensor, you know. Having a very large sensor, that's one of the reasons why the iPhone pictures and the Android pictures and things like that would never come close to a mirrorless camera or DSLR or anything like that, because of the size of the sensor. Have been able to have that separation, have that bokeh, it just gives it a nice kind of like different feeling. Once you start punching into the iPhone stuff, it starts breaking and falling apart very quickly, and you know, it's very processed. So being able to take a picture, shoot a raw picture, and then go into Lightroom and editing it and making it look the way that you want it to, I think it's great. And the best pictures you'll see are taken by people who are practicing this craft, who are going out every day and practicing photography. So keep on playing. I know there's difficult when it comes to small communities to find like work and stuff like that, but you know, just do the best you can, or just do it for fun. Even when my family and I would go on vacation, I'll be the crazy person with a massive backpack with me and a massive lens, because we've gotten so many awesome like family pictures from our vacations because I decided to bring them with me, you know. Oh, that's so cool. That's so awesome. I would love to see the Northern Lights. Oh, that's so nice. I'm jealous of you, Robin. And that's one of those things where, like, as a photographer, you gotta like take advantage of like what's around you. So since you live in the northern part and you can see cool stuff like that, just try to take advantage of that. There's some people that I see on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it without giving too much away on my screen. I gotta be careful because of my different setup. Where do I follow? No, let me see, hold on. But there's this creator. Let me just, hold on. Let me switch here, make sure that I'm not giving anything away. Okay, I'm good. Checking. Let's see if we can switch, show you something. This guy's, oh, there it is. I can't read the comment. Oh yeah, I know. This guy, he's really cool. I follow him, my other account, but he goes around Iceland, I think, and he takes some incredible pictures, and he's got some great videos on how he goes about doing his thing, stuff like that. So if you're into this kind of stuff and you want to get ideas of what it's like, you know, being in a remote area and taking some cool pictures and using photography to make money or whatever, definitely get this guy a follow. Maybe he will be a good resource for you, or a good idea, or maybe he can give you some good ideas on how to make the best of being in a remote environment. And that's one of those things about the power of social media and kind of like this kind of platforms, is that sometimes it's not even the best photographers or the best people, or it's like being able to build a community, being able to showcase a different side of the world, being able to showcase the different things that we know and the different things that we can do. Sometimes that you can make a great living from that. You know, there are some content creators, like let's say when it comes to like streaming and gaming and stuff like that, they might not, look at Laserbeam. The guy is not the best Fortnite player in the world or whatever, the best gamer in the world, but he's built a massive audience from just coming up with silly and fun ideas and using gaming as a platform in order to be able to do that. So sometimes, you know, being a little bit creative when it comes to that kind of stuff can propel you or help you build a brand in a way that can help you sustain yourself. Let's say that you like photography, like you said, and you want to be able to make a living out of that. Maybe using social media as a way to like kind of share some unique views of where you live. That can be, or how to best photograph some of those areas. That can be a great way to help you stand out, and you know, hopefully one day use photography to help you pay some bills, or at least, you know, take care of that hobby itself, right? Because as we know, lenses and cameras are expensive. But if you can book a gig and be like, oh, I'll take your portrait for $300, or I'll take you, or whatever money you use. Maybe I'll, you know, go to an event and I'll cover this event for you. And in exchange, you know, you can hire me for the next thing. That can be a great way for you to little by little grow that. That's something that I did. I would go to events and take pictures, and people would like see like, oh my God, those pictures are amazing, they're awesome. Would you mind doing our event? I'm like, sure, it's gonna be this much. They're like, oh, okay, all right, well, can you work with me? And then you try to, you know, find a way. I know, Robin, it happens. It happens to all of us. You're absolutely right, Seems. You're absolutely, and I think that's one of the problems that I ran into in my business, is that I wanted to be the affordable guy. It's the do-good guy in me, right? I want to be able to also make it affordable for like small businesses and small brands and small people to be able to send out, that I think I lowered my prices too much at one point. And then when I tried to actually charge what I think I was worth, it wasn't really happening. And you know, those are things that you learn along the way. If I would have priced myself accordingly ahead of time, then I would have been able to grow from there. But it was very difficult for me to grow from the bottom and try to make it to other higher end clients, because, you know, I don't know. But that's a very good point, Seem. But definitely, you know, there are ways, if you're passionate about something that you like photography, there are fun, creative ways to try to find ways to make a living from it. And, but yeah, I just love doing it just in general. It's one of those things where I love capturing. It's like a time machine. It's like capturing a special moment in time, that nanosecond in time that will not happen ever again. And sometimes like micro expressions in a person's face, a laugh, a twinkle, a glimmer in their eyes is something that you don't see from a video, you don't see from everyday life. It's a specific moment sometimes that just like, that makes the picture sometimes awesome, and it creates amazing memories that you can look back on and be like, oh my God, remember that moment? It's like, oh my God, yeah, that moment was epic. So that's why I love photography. So I'm glad to see that some of you guys like it as well. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what I try to tell people when you're capturing an event, I try to avoid the attendance pictures. Yeah, absolutely. Nowadays, I have worked for ad agencies, and I had no life. When I was my younger days, I was working for an ad agency, for several ad agencies. I worked for different places. But there were times where I was like leaving at 9 o'clock at night, and I would look behind, and they're like, "Oh, we're still working. Like, where are you going?" I'm like, "It's 9 p.m. Can I go home?" They're like, "No, we gotta keep working." And I'm like, "All right." But when I was young, I was willing to make the sacrifices. But then as I got married and I had kids, it's kind of like, okay, I gotta find that balance, right? I gotta be able to make sure that I have time for the kids, I have time for my family, my wife, things to do around the house, to maintain things. And that's when I started my business, and I was able to take on the clients and the jobs that I could take in order to have the flexibility. And for certain things it was great. For certain things it didn't work out so well. Thankfully, my wife has a really good job, and I'm able to try this right now. But yeah, it's definitely a struggle. It's not easy, and I don't have all the answers, but yeah, that's right. You got it. Right in the money. Right. The MX-20. I don't know which one. The M20X. Damn, nice eyes. Where to catch that? You got him right in the money. But yeah, capturing those moments. That's going back to what I was talking about. Yeah, capturing those moments. I hate, not that I hate, it drives me crazy when I see event photographers go to an event. It would be for like a chamber of commerce or a big corporate gig or whatever, and they do those like attendance photos where everybody stands in front of the camera, big flash, psst, and it's like, oh, okay, say cheese. Can't stand it. Don't do that. Anybody can take those pictures. Anybody with a phone, it doesn't matter. I hate those. Those moments, you grab a zoom lens like this. If you want to get really awesome event pictures, grab a lens like this. Forgetting those candid moments. Stand in the back of the room and just kind of scan the room. Just keep an eye out and look for those people who are having like fun conversations, or they're just like laughing about whatever, and try to find those angles where you go in and just try to capture that perfect moment when they happen to be telling a cool story, when they happen to be sharing something funny, or sometimes it's like a heartfelt, emotional thing and you can see it in their face. Those are the pictures that really make those are the ones that I get the most compliments on, is getting those candid moments that kind of like give you a taste of what it's like to be at that event. Not attendance photos where you're like, oh yeah, I was there, and you're like, oh, there's that person. It's like, no, getting those candid pictures of like a fun, interactive moment, true human, authentic moments. Those are the ones that I think are the best for event photography. Let's see, what do we got here? Hobbies. Yes. Just got into video editing 2 days ago. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, video editing is fantastic. That's kind of like how I started my whole journey. Before it was called content creation, I was a video editor, and I worked in television, I worked in advertising. Hell yeah, you should. If you want to do it for fun, you guys should totally, maybe you guys can team up, come up with a story, come up with a script. You guys can shoot something with your cool cameras and start editing and put it together. The free version of DaVinci Resolve is more than enough because you can capture it, you can use everything in HD, and you can and just release it in HD. You don't need to have 4K or anything like that. And it's got amazing tools. Absolutely, I would highly recommend DaVinci Resolve to anybody out there. You have awesome, incredible tools. I've used that for years and years and years. To be quite honest, it offers pretty much anything you need for just doing simple videos online, because some of this other editing software will sell you like, oh, look at all these amazing transitions, all these amazing things that you can do. When in reality, A good editor is all about the story, and just a simple cut, a simple to solve is all you need. You know, when you're talking about crazy wipes and stuff like that, this can be fun and interesting and stuff like that. But all right, cool. What is this Helldivers kind of stuff that you guys want to do? Yeah, we'll jump in the stream. We'll do a whole camera series. This sounds like fun. One of the things that have you guys seen those digital photographers and art raiders? There's a guy who loves doing like digital photography and art raiders. So he'll go in there, he'll just take the binoculars and he'll zoom in and capture like really cool things. So there's awesome ways to like to create some cool content around some of the stuff in video games and stuff like that. Yeah, they're awesome. And he's also doing some stuff in Marathon as well. So yeah, definitely check that guy out. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is great. Rob and Asim teaming up together, and you know, if you guys need a third to help, I can be your camera guy. You know, this is something fun that's been. I love it when groups like this, like Rooster Teeth. You guys remember Rooster Teeth back in the day? They were the ones that started making red versus blue videos with Halo, and they created like a whole franchise and a whole business out of that. So yeah, you guys can definitely do something cool like that. Hell yeah, red versus blue, OG for sure. Arma 3, what's Arma 3? Huh, I don't know what that is. But yeah, DaVinci Resolve, it's a Milsim. I'll have to look it up. Let's see here. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Let me see if I can share this. I'm not giving anything away. Yeah. Arma 3. Okay, cool. That looks interesting. It seems like you definitely there's not a lot of stuff in the HUD. So it'll allow you to grab some really cool stuff without all the stuff in the. Sometimes that's the hardest part about doing some video game related stuff. You'll have so much graphics and stuff on screen that you can't really like. But you know what? A lot of the stuff sometimes you can just take off and you can have a clean HUD. Sorry, what is it? 03 there. Oh my God. That's crazy. It's a fun fact. Are they okay now? Did they release them? I hope they're okay. Poor guys. Must have been traumatizing. Oh, okay, good to know. Good to hear. Good to hear. But yeah, I don't have Helldivers with me right now, but I wonder if there's a way that you can get rid of the HUD. So that way one person can just be the cameraman running around and just kind of like zoom in and get some cool stuff. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check that out. Let's see. Let's see if we can find Arma 3. Oh, jeez. You weren't lying. You weren't lying at all. They definitely went to jail. Oh my God. I just realized that my whole vertical stream is all messed up. My vertical stream and YouTube is a mess. Let's see if I can fix it real quick while we're here. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, sorry. If you've been watching me on YouTube Shorts, my apologies for what you've been watching for the past, I don't know how long, almost an hour. Let's do this right here. Hopefully that's better, YouTube. Okay. All right, well, we're solving problems here. Little by little, we'll figure things out. Oscorp? I thought that was a Spider-Man. Oh, wait, that might be my dyslexia speaking. Opscore. Gotcha, all right. All right, so yeah, the jail time. Let's see, we're back over here. That, but now you guys can see it because it's on this. Oh God, this is not going the way I thought it was going to go. Oh my goodness. You know what, let's go back to just chatting. Let's just go back to reading chat. Here we are. You can create custom Halo campaigns? On which Halo? Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. We'll have to find that out. Every Halo, okay. Oh man. I've never done any modding. See, let me ask you guys, since you guys are Helldiver guys, macros, is that accepted or is that not accepted? I've seen some people that automatically call in like a airstrike or call in like a stratagem, and I'm like, how the hell did they just do that in like 0.02 seconds? They can't have possibly remembered those binds that quickly. Is it acceptable to do macros or not? Okay. Will I get kicked out if I use macros? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of doing the arrow keys thing. But sometimes I see people like, they call in like an airstrike or the backpack or whatever, or reinforcement. And you basically see the thing go up and goes down right away. And I'm like, did they just put it like up, down, left, right, like in like half a second? Because I saw a video where you can actually like bind it to a mouse button. So let's say that you want to do a reinforcement or you want to do the resupply. You can just do the macro for that and just click on that. It automatically calls it in and boom, you're good. But I wasn't sure if that was frowned upon. Kind of like the whole reviving people next to where they die so they can get their weapons back, or if it's accepted nowadays. Okay, see, okay, cool. Just a reinforcement key, okay, all right, just a reinforcement, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that. Well, there's a few things that I want to do. One of the things that I want to do is I want to get one of those Elgato pedals so that I can turn the mic on and off when I'm talking to chat and when I'm talking in game, because I feel so bad. You guys are awesome, by the way, and you guys don't give me any shit about it when I'm playing with you guys. But I feel like I still feel bad. Like I'm trying to go between chat and trying to talk to the people in the game. And so I want to get a pedal, just like turn the mic on and off. But if I can use a macro for calling reinforcement or calling like a resupply, I feel like I can easily set that up with the pedal and, you know, help me a little bit to have a little bit more fun in the game, so I'm not constantly like, oh wait, it's a up, down, left, right, square, button, this and that. Yeah, I'm sure I will. Yeah, little by little. Yeah, it's only been a week. I've only played 3 days so far of Helldivers 2, and man, I've been having so much fun playing this game. I wish I would have played it sooner, so I wouldn't be so far behind. I remember one of those first days, there was a girl named Lexi. She was a level 150 and she came in and she started playing with us. And she had the space laser, the thing, it was just like, what? And she was like doing a meme. She was doing an emote, but like sliding across the floor. And I was like, this is so much fun. Well, maybe you can dive sometime this week. Okay. Yeah, 800 plus hours will make you, yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. I'll have to look at the Elgato and Helldivers too and see if I can find that way. Let's go. All right. All right, my friends. Well, guess what? You know what? I wanted to come in here and say hello. I wanted to continue the streak alive, and you know, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the past hour and chit-chatting and talking about the cool things about the game, chit-chatting about cameras, chit-chatting about streaming, chit-chatting about all sorts of fun stuff. I wanted to test this out, see if I can go live from home if I can't do it when I'm at the studio. And we got some stuff going. We got some stuff to work out, but it's been good. And I hope to come back tomorrow and play some Helldivers with you guys. And but I just wanted to come in here and say a quick hello, and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll get right at it. So Seam, Robin, Heike, all you guys who have joined me in the stream, who are around, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And then, you know, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic, fantastic Monday. Have a fantastic start to your week. And yeah, love you guys. Bye. You'll be Tokyo drifting. My son's gonna be Tokyo drifting tomorrow. Are you gonna be racing that mech? There's a mech you get to race, by the way. Let me know how you like the game. It looks like a lot of fun. I love Forza. So much fun. Enjoy the game. Love you guys.